it is good to take, even if it is 5 minutes of the day of quote unquote nothing. I think we all need it at some point, and it really helps us recharge if we want to. I was actually listening to an IG Live with Deanna Smith and Rebecca Poe teaching on IG, and they were talking about basically like it's a skill to be bored. I actually made the mistake last year, assuming my kids like they knew what to do and they had nothing to do. Like, so if they were finished their work early, or if I'm working with a small group, this is especially needed because I actually teach a split grade. I teach grade 4 or 5. So when I'm instructing one grade, the other grade should be working, vice versa. So I decided to give a bored period. It's now evolved into what we call the nothing period, when I tell them, okay, we're going to do nothing for 10 minutes. It's essentially a time where it's quiet, they're seated, and there's no tech. So the kids can do whatever they want as long as it meets those criteria. Like, I've had kids who just put down their heads to rest, kids coming up with their own games, making their own comic books. And it's been a real strategy for classroom management. It has impacted the entire classroom environment in such a more positive way. Essentially, for me, it's a great classroom management strategy. Um, they have an idea, like the students have an idea what to do if they are waiting. And I think that's a really important skill to have as well. Like in the morning, let's just say it can be quite chaotic. Like, if I'm collecting forms or collecting whatever, dealing with issues, I now have kids who can take out a book and they can read, or some of them are just content just sitting there and watching. It's definitely helped a lot teaching a split grade. When I'm taking homework up with one grade, the other half knows what to do. And so we're still working on it, but it has definitely impacted the students positively. And now sometimes when I say, okay, let's do nothing for 5 minutes, some of the kids are almost like, oh, okay, like they're looking forward to just quiet and peace. I've had kids who, like, I see that they've come up with their own games, or like their own, like, some of them start to draw their own like playing cards, and then they would go home and do it, and then they would bring it back the next weekend and be like, what, look at what else I made. So I've had that. So it's great to see that, like, even at home, right, there's going to be downtime that everyone needs at home, and it's great to see that they can see the benefit of what we do at school and apply it at home, and even with their siblings as well. Being bored is a skill. It's a lesson to learn, because I think especially nowadays, it's like there's a lot going on. Like, I'm just not talking about work and school, but there's a lot of stimulus that is happening, that sometimes it is great for all of us to sit back and look and relax in a way, but also just have that peace of mind. A lot of the great ideas I get from students, and just in general, is it's those aha moments when we're just sitting there and we realize, oh, I want to do this, or I can do this better. So having that moment to have nothing allows you to almost process things because of the business outside of the world that's happening. It helps you process things to make it make more sense, so that you can go and do the whatever project or whatever next that you have to do. Well, you know your class best. Start off reasonable if you want this nothing period. If it's 3 minutes, it's 3 minutes. One of the things that I had said was put up a visual timer on the board. So I Google online timer, so the kids can see how much time there is and how much time is left. Especially, I would think this is great for the younger kids. I would also say do something yourself. Like, I would take out a book and read, or I would mark, or I would start doing an anchor chart, so that they can see, like, wow, Miss Fong is also doing something too. So that you are also modeling for the class, what is the teacher doing when she's bored?